Welcome Capricorn to your Capricorn March 2021 reading and forecast. This month we're going to use tarot, which as the subscribers know, and great to see the subscribers back again, we usually just draw 5 cards and they can be packed with astrology. They can also be packed with mysticism and numerology and spirituality. Of course, it's been my great pleasure to meet a few of you Capricorns recently for one-on-one private readings, haven't I? And if you'd like to have a one-on-one clairvoyant reading with me, I use a little bit of tarot, but other things as well, then just check out the information that's in the description box below and you can see how easy it is for that to happen from wherever you may be living in the world. But now, Capricorn, we're going to take 5 cards. 5 is all we need, as you know, because they are jam-packed full of information which is useful to you during this period of March. In 2021, there is the Empress. And here is the Sun. You're going to love the artwork on this, honestly, original artwork that's just beautiful. There is the Tower. And here is Justice. What do we have from down this side of the deck? And here is the Ace of Cups. Well, why don't you come and have a look at the exquisite art on these things, honestly. Check them out while I do the reading for you. Next month's reading will be published at 2 p.m. US Eastern Time on Wednesday the 10th of March. Now, all major arcanas here except for this one, the Lord of the Root of Powers of Water, the Ace of Cups. Let's have a look at the imagery on it, shall we? Quite interesting. Let me see what is here. Let me see. Well, a fountain represents the Suit of Cups. Its base is made up of broken shards of ice and shells, as you can see there. And there is a pearl in the middle of the shells. That speaks of burgeoning things and things growing. You know how pearls gradually grow within an oyster? And in spite of the ice, a mother tabby cat, you can see her down here, she is nursing 3 kittens, 1 black, 1 white, and 1 red. Now the stem of the fountain is made of a sinuous dragon's tail and tortoiseshell, and there is a heart in the middle of it there. It's quite a nice touch. The underside of the basin is made from swan feathers. You can see them coming up here, and a lot of fruit that's going through there. Now in the basin here there is a nursing mother with a child on either breast. On the top of the card here there is a dove, a symbol of the Holy Spirit from Christian New Testament scriptures, and this is pecking its own chest and allowing blood to flow down through the base here. Water on the bottom, of course, in this hexagonal, which means 6-sided thing. 6, of course, is a beautiful mystical number. It has a great resonance with me, with Christ consciousness, with Krishna consciousness, and with the consciousness of the divine obtained within the mind of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, when the angel Gabriel recited the Quran to him. Now there are 2 horned dolphins that are guarding the mother here, and a snake about transformation and change at the bottom. Well, what can we say about this? The first thing is that Sagittarius is likely to be important to you, possibly Libra and Scorpio as well. Now, the Cup suit embodies your experience of relationships, the pursuit of happiness, love, fulfillment, and pleasure. But of course, we can't have these without experiencing their opposites. This is speaking to me for you of love in its purest sense. With relationship, we are seeking to become whole by finding in others what we are lacking on our own. This may well be a new relationship here, and certainly the reinvigoration of existing partnered relationships. Now, I'm getting a lot of pregnancy around this, so if you don't intend to become pregnant, then you know what you need to do about it. But a great deal of sensual passion is also here. Possibility of a new relationship, I think. Emotional balance is available to be used and drawn upon by you, I think, for the next few months. You are in contact with all-embracing love. It fills you and you can pass it on generously, lavishly to others. What is your way of expressing love? All-encompassing love fills me, is what you should say, and it fills my environment. But love sometimes can have, well, it can be received by us in different ways. But I'll say this, that when love beckons to you, follow him, though his ways are hard and steep. And when his wings enfold you, yield to him, though the sword hidden among the feathers may wound you. And when he speaks to you, believe in him, though his voice may shatter your dreams, as the north wind lays waste the garden. For even as love crowns you, so shall he crucify you, even as he is for your growth, so is he for your pruning. Even as he ascends to your height and caresses your tenderest branches that quiver in the sun, so shall he descend to your roots and shake them in their clinging to the earth. Like sheaves of corn he gathers you to himself. He threshes you to make you naked. He sifts you to free you from your husks. He grinds you to whiteness and kneads you until you are pliant. And he assigns to you his sacred fire, that you may become sacred bread for God's sacred feast. Now, I love the paintings on this deck, and I'm sure you do as well. Let's have a look at the 8-9. We'll go that way after this. Let's have a look at the Empress. What imagery is here with the Empress that may give us something? Well, the Empress sits majestically on a throne whose back forms a sort of a Gothic arch with wings and a clear blue sky that's there. On her head is a crown with 9 stars for the 9 muses of music, poetry, and science, and there are 12 stars on it for the 12 houses of the zodiac. Her gown is red for passion, and it is tempered by the cool blue which flows around her like fertile waters. She holds what would that be? An emblazoned imperial eagle on her shield, and in her left hand is a scepter topped with an orb. The platform on which she is seated is supported by the Tarot de Mategna cards. Tarot, it's an old medieval deck, and it shows the 7 liberal arts that are there, being, we're going from this way and around to that way. That would be, what were the old liberal arts? Grammar, logic, rhetoric, geometry, arithmetic, music, poetry, and then up here along with philosophy, astrology, and theology. Now at her feet is a crescent moon, which is down here, and on the side here is the symbol or the picture of a lily, which is for purity. The daughter of the mighty ones. Again, I'm getting this feeling of pregnancy around here, and so just be very careful. This is a very fertile period around here, or you may hear of pregnancy around this. There's a lot of fertility connected with you or with people that you know at the moment. I think this is a time for you to get in touch with the beauty of your life. perhaps exploring a relationship with your mother or a maternal figure, and you could even be a maternal figure or a mother to somebody else. Well, if you are a mother, you already know that, of course, but you may act as a maternal figure to somebody else. Although with this very strong sense of Mars coming through, which I have coming through here, the fiery, aggressive Mars, and with the Sun up here on the same line and touching it, you may well also, I think, be exploring a relationship with a father or with a paternal figure, or you could be acting as a paternal figure to someone. This is saying that you will be very empathetic and caring during this time, but it also reminds you that spirituality is expressed from the heart and not from the head. I don't think that anybody is going to be able to categorize you at this time as being either intellectual or emotional, but rather you'll have a good blend of the both, and you're going to have very strong leadership ability during this time, and I think that this is showing that you are going to be perceived by others as a strong leader, and this is a very good card for women. Understand, you can go out there. There is no such thing as a glass ceiling. It is a construct. It is a myth put there by people who use it as an excuse because they haven't put in the work and done what is required to achieve the things that they want. You never hear winners talking about a glass ceiling. And there's plenty of women out there who are winning, as you know yourself. I think that this is also saying that the beauty you see in others, which attracts you to them, is a beauty you carry within yourself. You are in the process of unfolding and evolving. Now, this might be the right time to work through and clarify any unresolved mother conflicts or father conflicts, as I say, given how the cards are placed out. And if you are a woman, visualize your ideal woman. Write down her most important qualities and try to find these in others and yourself, and surround yourself with beauty and abundance. And say this to yourself, men and women: I give and receive wisely. I realize that the capacity to receive is equally as powerful as the capacity to give. I value the healing power of beauty, harmony, and love. I am filled with power and beauty. Yeah, fantastic time. Fantastic time for you. Let's have a look at Justice, shall we? See what she has to say. Well, here, the woman signifying justice has a sophisticated face, doesn't she? And just as well, for she must be discriminating and knowledgeable. Her dress is red and blue with gold lining. Her headdress is composed of 3 towers. Let's see them here. 3 towers on the top there of her headdress, just like the temple of the great fertility goddess Diana of Ephesus. Now, she wears a golden braid at her neck. You might just be able to see that there. And her neckline of the dress is sort of anchor-shaped. In her hand, Justice holds a sword, and in the other hand, a scale. Now, she's surrounded by a curious arch. Now, this arch here is what I'm referring to. And this arch, they're all... The pillars here are all female breasts, again referring to the goddess Diana of Ephesus, whose holy image depicts a woman with a multitude of breasts. And at the top here, we have an Amazon, one of the legendary female warriors in ancient times. Well, she's in that lunette above her. Now, 2 suns, 1, 2, provide illumination of the scene there. And on the sides are, well, these are the scenes of in these four things. They're scenes of the four seasons, I would say, in the agricultural time that this deck refers to. And the fertility symbols of the design indicate that although justice may seem severe to wrongdoers, the world really is best when justice prevails. I think this has a straightforward message for you, really, this month. Now, this is Venus ruling Libra with Saturn exalted. Now, Libra emphasizes that the energy here is all about balance and equilibrium. And what we're going to see, it's also about self-control, I think, here. I would refer to her as the daughter of the Lords of Truth, the ruler of balance. It's a time here for suspension of action pending decision, really, objectively standing back to look at things, and some adjustment going on within you. There's a centering and there's a balancing of opposites going on. I think there's the time here where you'll be taking stock of your life to see what is useful and what should be let go. Think clearly now about life ahead and be aware that all actions have consequences. I think you'll be getting a clear vision, finally, of the possibilities and choices ahead of you and applying your new insights that you've gained so far so that you can lead a balanced, productive, and successful life. I think this is also about discovering and then following your true path and what gives it the most meaning. Pay attention to what situations in your daily life tend to throw you off balance and discover the conditions under which you find harmony again. And carry this quality with you more and more. As you move through your daily activities, what helps you to reach your meditative center and stay there? What happens when you lose your center? Say this to yourself: I am balanced and centered. I honor my word. I value being truthful in difficult situations. The abundance of beauty of nature is a reflection of my own nature. I am at rest in my own center. Now, where are we going to go next? Oh, I said I was going to go up this diagonal, didn't I? So, I love this. Let's have a look at this one. This is the Tower, the Lord of the hosts of the mighty. Let's have a look at the image here and see what it can evoke within us. Now, with foundations that are set on sand, the tower is made up of 7 cubical stories, sort of like the Tower of Babel in the old days, in the old Hebrew Bible, I suppose. There are 3 doors, a Gothic door at the top, that's this thing here. That Gothic door, I think, really represents faith, and the square door down here, that represents experience. There's a tip of an obelisk emerging from the top of the tower, which is quite interesting here. Now, a solar stroke of solar lightning comes down and demolishes the top of the tower, and the mushroom cloud that expands evokes a sort of a nuclear catastrophe, doesn't it? And there are satellites, bombs, stars, and all sorts of things. Satellites, as in those things that fly around the planet. Well, that's artistic license, I suppose. Well, they fall through the sky. And a king on the left here, he falls down on the left-hand side. Now, I just noticed that this king, he's actually shaped like the 16th letter of the biblical Hebrew alphabet called Ayin. Ayin stands for I. Now, the Hindu members of the audience will know that the I is particularly important to Lord Shiva, the 3rd manifestation of the Hindu Trinity, I suppose. And he was the god of destruction, but also the god of renewal. Very important there. Quite an interesting reason for that to go there, I suppose. And there's another figure lying motionless on the ground down below, and he gets struck with the falling debris. But let's have a look. Now, notwithstanding the sun and his appearance here, I actually have the planet of Mars, the warrior planet, here in full attack mode, coming in to break into the tower. The tower, I think, represents the limitation of your ego, that part of your consciousness which is trapped in form. Remember, you are a spirit that comes into space and time and inhabits your body. You are not the body. But the structure of identity that you have built up over your lifetime consists of where you were born, were your parents rich, where did you go to school, have you done this for a job, did you do that, who was my lovers, all that stuff. That's a structure of identity. And what this is really coming into saying break that down. And because if you take all those things away, there's still somebody there. And that somebody there is you. And it's talking about the limitation of your consciousness, which needs to be broken down. And that's very much what Shiva and the eye of Shiva in Hinduism represents as well. Now, there's also a period, now I get the feeling here, now one may say that he's falling, but I also think that he could be escaping. And so I think that this is a period here where you might be getting out of something. You might be getting away from something. You might be getting away with something. And so there could be a bonus for you in that respect. Healing here. The old is being destroyed to make room for the new. Self-knowledge. There's a release coming in here. Possibly a revelation. And almost really, I think for you also, even though this is quite a busy card and talks about a destruction, I'm thinking because of the other cards that are around it, that this might actually refer to a calm after the storm. It could be a time of turmoil or destruction as you seek to understand how you could have been so mistaken about a situation or person which you've now got to come to terms with. You're in the midst of, or about to enter into, an extremely intensive transformatory process. Whatever is destroyed or shaken within you serves to purify you and make room for something new, and allow it. And ask yourself, are you ready to view yourself and life with new eyes? Observe yourself in daily life. Situations may seem to repeat themselves, but you will not continue to repeat old, limited, restrictive behavior patterns anymore. And say this to yourself, who I think I am is a belief to be undone. I have the ability to heal and restore myself at all times. I am not inside my body is inside me. That takes us finally to the sun. Let's have a look at this image, shall we? I get a lot from these images, you know. I hope you're enjoying them. I think that they're particularly good. Here a white horse bears a young boy and girl. The boy is actually Hercules, I think, and he carries the sun over his head while the girl holds a ribbon. Now the white horse is a symbol of that which serves love, and it dances in a circle of flowers as if in paradise. A lyre, this thing here, that musical instrument, L-Y-R-E, well, that is a reference to Apollo, and that leans on the wall. And on the other side is an egg over here. And that, what would that refer to? I imagine that refers to the twin brothers Castor and Pollux, who were born from an egg. And a sturdy wall encompasses the whole of the scene. The Lord of the fire of the word. Well, the sun is the source of life and represents success and abundance and this will follow you in this period at present. The energy of the sun will get you through tough times, and the sun is going to illuminate your path forward after what has been, I think, for you, something of a trying time, hasn't it? So really, it's very good time now for you to embrace your goals and give it everything you've got. You've had tough times, and things are going to get better. Look at these little children here, and be like children again, and remove any layers of negativity that surround you. This is a time when you can move mountains. Highly creative energy period here, and fulfilled love relationships. Optimism, happiness, and good fortune is really represented by this, particularly as it was sitting on top of this Ace of Cups here. Really doesn't get any better than this, you know. The fulfillment of your wishes is possible here and now. Relax and give yourself up to the dance. The right partners will find each other. Now ask yourself, what task or project is on the agenda for you now? Visualize the light and warmth of the sun in your chest and heart. For the next few days, remind yourself several times daily that the sun is shining in and through you. And say to yourself, I work well in teamwork situations. I enjoy making contributions to group efforts. I am a cooperative person. I am in harmony with the divine light, which fulfills me and fills me and guides me. Well, fantastic set of cards for you. Good job, Capricorn. That's the way it is for you this month. Well, that was fantastic. I really enjoyed doing that. What a fascinating reading, and what a great month it looks like it's going to be for you. Now, please do me a favor, press the like button. It's good for the YouTube thing, and it's good for the channel. I appreciate it. And look, there's one thing I want you to remember until I see you next month, and it is this, and remember it always, that you are a legend, and I look forward to seeing you again next month. Until then, it's bye for now.